Hi and welcome to Wham Craft Time Part 2, and this time we're going to make this little pig card. And it's not as simple as it looks, it's what we call an easel card. So Heidi's going to make the exact copy of the little pig and I'm going to show you the different version using the kitten. You've got your full instruction sheet within your box, but we'll talk you through it and you should be able to make that by the end of the day.
Right, you ready?
Yes.
So again, using one of your card bases.
Yep.
Okay, like I said before, they are pre-scored so they fold
fold
nice and easy. And this time we're going to open the card up.
Yep.
And we're going to fold one of the edges to the centre.
To the middle.
Nice, simple.
You don't often see cards like this around, do you? Well, you can't buy them on the high street, can you?
You can't, definitely not. It's just a little bit of difference again to your card base, which makes your card look totally different to an ordinary
A bit more
card.
posh.
Right, to get the curve going around there,
Yeah.
if you rummage through your cupboards at home, get a saucer, plate, whichever, that's to give us a bit of a circle going on here. So just place that on just to give you a curve, and we'll just use a pencil. Make sure it's even both sides. Everybody can do this.
I suppose you could incorporate different shapes as well. You could do like a straight line and a straight line if you can't find the exact
you can.
size.
You don't have to make it rounded. It just, I don't know, I think it goes with the roundness of the pig. It's just nice and sweet. I'm just going to cut that off with my scissors, just nice and simple. Nice curve going on there.
What's your favourite type of card to make? Do you have one?
I like creating different ones.
New cards?
Yeah, new, unusual, different shapes, sizes. I do. I get a bit bored with just a plain folded card, so if you can do something different, and it doesn't cost anything.
No, it doesn't.
It's just a little bit of using
because you're using what you usually would have anyway, but you're just turning it into something a little bit more special, aren't you?
Right, so now we need to put a backing card on here. So you should have a piece of backing card on there.
So me and Heidi have pre-cut some stuff to make this a bit quicker, but you'll have some pattern sheets of card in the box. Now you can use the same colours, so I'm using blue with my blue kitten and Heidi's using pink dots with the pig, but you can interchange them, you can do what you like with them.
Right, just stick this on.
Yep.
You only want to be putting it on half of here, so where you've creased it over, this is where you want to be
below the crease.
Your glue stick or your tape glue, whichever you're using. So we stick this on and then we'll cut round it then, because if you try and cut them both to size, they won't fit. So this is a little bit of a handy tip here. I'm just going to place my card just to that crease line, pull it down, and when you turn it over, that then gives you...
So that gives you the guide to cut round.
Nice and easy. And it makes it nice and flush to the edge as well then.
And obviously if there are children using scissors, they should be supervised, but all children are fine and adults are fine as well, aren't they?
Yeah. So as you can see, that's gave you your backing card on there now. Our next step will be to do a coordinating base. Like you said before, I have already pre-cut these.
Yeah.
And all I've done is just two squares, one in patterned and a plain cardstock to coordinate.
Yeah.
I've just done the pattern slightly smaller to the background, about ½ centimetre in size, so it's just a rough square.
So you get a bit more dimension, and like you could swap, you could do blue on top of pink and pink on top of blue. The choice is yours.
So we'll stick those together. These are slightly smaller than your card base as well.
So it's just a matter of trying to centre everything.
Yeah. So we'll stick that one onto there. And then when we place this on our card base, you'll see it is slightly smaller.
Yeah.
So you get a white border as well, and that gives you added depth as well.
So whenever you do things like this with centering layers on top of layers, you just do it by sight all the time, you don't?
I do it by eye. If you try and measure,
it takes too long to do.
And it's not enjoyable if you try and get it perfect.
wonky cards are more personal.
They are. So that gives you your base,
yep.
And you can see that's where it's going to stand. So
yep.
now we need to make a little stopper to stop this from falling down.
Yep.
Again, very, very simple. We're going to use just a piece of white cardstock.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to put this onto coordinate coloured card.
Yep.
I don't know where I've put it. So I've got the pink, I've got you some blue.
Yep.
So again, just a nice small border.
So just stick it close to the edge and then cut round it.
Yeah, I always find you find your straight edge. I'll pop that onto here. Find your straight edge and put it quite close. The closer you get these on here, it doesn't matter if it's not straight because you don't see it.
Good tip.
So I'll just cut quickly with my scissors, straight round there. And just follow that all the way down. And because this is going to be the stopper, this is where we need the foam pads.
So it stands up a little bit.
Yeah, we need to raise this up. So just go to some foam pads on here. You don't need too many because it's paper to paper, so
it's just to create a bit of height,
yeah,
as well as sticking it on. And foam pads are very easy to use, double-sided on both sides. And once you get the hang of using them, they are easy to use.
When you stick this down, if you just fold your card back and think roughly where you're going to want it to sit,
yeah,
and that's where we place the stopper. I would say just not quite halfway. I'll pop that along there. So then that stops your card from falling down. But all you do is just lift it up and fold down.
And that's good for when you're posting things out as well, isn't it?
Yeah. So then we'll go on to your character once you've got your stopper on. Because we're both doing this slightly different, aren't we, as well? When you get your characters, they are all numbered on what order to cut out, and you do get a base character as well. You can either keep that and use it for another card,
yeah,
or you can just cut this one.
Yeah.
Or you can use them all at once.
Yeah.
It's
so I've used them all
you.
at once. So I've got the 6 layers all on one.
And I've created my own little base to put this on, so I can make 2 cards out of my sheet. It just goes a little bit further if you want to. So again, we're just going to decoupage these up. I'm going to place onto my circle. I haven't got any foam pads on there. You've already done yours.
I've done mine.
So if you put that on the base, again, just remember to only stick foam pads to half.
On the bottom half.
Because else you'll see them at the back. Okay.
Is it always better to stick onto your decoupage as opposed to onto your sheet?
Yes, because if you stick onto your sheet, you're not sure where the character's going to sit, and you'll have foam pads.
Foam pads where you don't need them.
Yeah, and you don't want to see foam pads at the back. This is very easy to do because, again, like I was saying before, they're very bold characters, so you don't have to worry too much of sitting these on top of each other.
Yeah. And I see the way you bent that slightly just to give it a bit more 3D.
Yeah, just shape it slightly and it just curves round, which is quite nice. It gives it a little bit more character to the image. Instead of just being flat, it's just a little bit more.
I think you're faster than me at taking foam pads off.
A lot of experience there.
So I'm going to make sure mine's within the card, so when you do post it out, you've not got anything sticking out of the actual card blank base.
You did it the right way. When you stick your character on, if you put your card down flat, so when you put this on, you can actually see that it will all fit in, just like fade in. Because if you go over, it's not going to fit in your envelope. And you've got to make an envelope as well. So we'll just pop some foam pads at the bottom here. Take these off.
And on this strip that is our stopper, we're going to put a sentiment.
Yeah, it's quite nice because you do get wording on these as well. So it's all in one kit. Yeah. So that's stood up. So your wording, you can just cut them out and use them as they are. You can put these onto colour coordinated card.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave mine just blank this time.
Yeah.
And again,
nice and simple.
I'm going to use foam pads for this as well, but just keep them along the centre because you've got different shapes and sizes. If I went either side it would sit, but I want it raised up on a little stopper here.
And I suppose these types of cards you can send not only for birthday but for anything really, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be birthday. If I just left that blank, it'd be nice to get round.
Yeah, especially if someone loves pigs.
Yeah, thinking of you.
Or party invitations maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm going to stick mine in the centre-ish.
And there you go, nice simple easel card.